That night, a girl erased the most beautiful drawing she had ever made. It wasn't because the drawing was bad, it was because it was too good. And that was what scared her the most. Her name was Lena. She was quiet, almost invisible. She spent her days trying not to be noticed, blending into the background like a shadow. But Lena had a secret, a talent so powerful that if anyone ever saw it, her quiet life would be over. When Lena drew, something magical happened. The colors on the page felt alive. The lines she sketched seemed to breathe and tell stories all on their own. And the faces in her portraits, they would look back at you, their eyes filled with a knowing gaze, as if they understood your deepest secrets. But she kept this magic hidden. All of her incredible drawings were tucked away inside a dusty, forgotten drawer under her bed. No one ever saw her true talent, not even Lena herself. Really, she'd finish a masterpiece and quickly hide it, trying not to look at it for too long, afraid of what she had created. At school, during art class, Lena always drew the simplest things. A plain house with a square door, a tree with stick-like branches, a perfect but empty circle. It wasn't because she couldn't do more. It was because she could do so much more than she ever wanted to show. She was terrified of the attention, the questions, the wide-eyed stares. She dreaded hearing someone whisper, "Why are you so different?" So, every single time she picked up a pencil, her talent would try to burst out, vibrant and demanding to be seen. And every single time, she would wrestle it back down, forcing it back into the silent corners of her mind. Then one day, everything changed. Her art teacher, Ms. Anya, announced a small, informal art exhibition for the class. With a warm smile, she gave them the theme, "Draw what you feel." As soon as Lena heard those words, her heart felt like it stopped. This simple request was her greatest nightmare. To draw what she felt meant she could no longer hide. It meant showing everyone the vibrant, chaotic, and beautiful world that lived inside of her. That night, back in the safety of her room, Lena's hands trembled as she pulled open her secret drawer. She took out the hidden drawings, one by one, and spread them across her floor. The room, once dim and quiet, was suddenly filled with an explosion of color. But it was also filled with her deepest fears, with all the unspoken dreams she had locked away for so long. She sat there, surrounded by her creations, when suddenly one of the drawings began to glow. It was a faint, pulsating light, like a heartbeat. And then a soft voice, like the rustle of paper, whispered from the drawing, "Why are you hiding me?" Lena gasped, her eyes wide. She looked at the glowing portrait of a girl with stars in her hair. With a shaky voice, Lena whispered back to the empty room, "Because I'm afraid." That night, Lena had a vivid dream. In it, she stepped right inside one of her own drawings. The world around her was a dizzying swirl of colors, louder and more intense than anything she'd ever seen. People were there, gathered around her, watching her. But their stares weren't judgmental or cold. Instead, their eyes were filled with wonder and admiration in that dream floating through a sky she had painted herself. Lena understood something profound. Your talent doesn't just disappear if you hide it. It only waits. It waits for you to find your courage. The day of the exhibition arrived. Other students brought in stacks of their best work, eager to show off, but Lena walked into the hall holding just one single painting. It was a self-portrait, but you couldn't see her face clearly. Her features were blurred, a swirl of emotions and colors instead of a distinct nose or mouth. She hung it on the wall without a word and quickly stepped back, her heart pounding in her chest. She didn't need to say anything. The painting spoke for her. People began to gather around it. They stood there for a long time, tilting their heads, their expressions thoughtful. Each person seemed to see something different in the blur of colors. Some saw sadness, others saw hope. Some saw confusion, others saw strength. But every single person who looked at it felt something real, something honest. Rizania, her teacher, walked over and stood beside Lena, gazing at the painting. After a long moment of silence, she turned to Lena and said softly, "This painting, it's very honest." And for the first time in a very long time, Lena smiled. A real, genuine smile that reached her eyes. She hadn't hidden. She had been seen. That night, she went back to her room and opened the drawer under her bed. It didn't feel like a scary, forbidden place anymore. The darkness inside no longer held fear, because it wasn't a prison for her talent anymore. It was a beginning. Hiding who you are doesn't protect you from fear. It only delays the incredible journey of meeting the person you're truly meant to be, and your talent, that unique and beautiful thing that makes you different. It's not something to be afraid of. It's a part of you, and it deserves to be seen. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.